Hi, this is Takashi from JLJ Jazz Love Japan. Today I just want to feature one series of jazz record reissue here in Japan. And I just picked up this series because I think most of the jazz collectors outside of Japan don't know this series. Yeah. And I will show you one sample or one title in the series. This one. Yes. Yep. Right? This is the Walter Bishop Jr. Speak Low. And this is the one that I picked up, listening at the top of the mountain the other day. You remember? Yeah. If you watched that video the other day, right? And yeah, it's a great album, and I just loved it, listening to that album at the top of the mountain. Yes. And yeah, Speak Low, Walter Bishop Jr. And the series is called the Gold of GD 100 series. And this series was produced and released by one of the leading record shops here in Japan, called Shinseido. At that time, when the series was released in the early 90s, actually it was 1991, I guess. Yeah, 1991. Shinseido was one of the leading, record or CD shops here in Japan. And as the title goes, Gold of 100 GD 100 series, they picked up 100 jazz albums and they reissued them with a series. And it's not only, this is, by the way, the original was released on the label called Jazz Time, right? Jazz Time. So it's not only that, they reissued some of the Blue Note titles. They reissued some of the Prestige titles, Riverside titles, Impulse titles, and after all, they reissued 100 titles as a total in the series. And I just want you to maybe look at my blog. I will put the the link below in the description, because I just listed up those 100 titles in the series. You will see these are the titles they reissued during that time in 1991, and it's quite interesting. Like this one, Speak Low. Of course, the master was owned by, at that time, this Jazz Time, I think, by Tokuma Japan. Tokuma is one of the, labels here in Japan, reissuing jazz titles. And also the Blue Note was by the Toshiba EMI at that time. And Prestige Riverside, of course, by the Victor Music Japan, and so on. So Shinseido, tied up with those, music companies here in Japan to reissue them. But one thing about, one thing distinct about this series is that they use the original, label design, like this, Walter Bishop Jr. Speak Low, Jazz Time. They use the original Jazz Time label, and the Blue Note as well, and the Prestige, Impulse. But some of the, I think, titles that reissued in the series, they cannot use the original label design because of the licensing issue. But 95%, I think, out of the 100, they use the original label design. So that's what I love, and that's what is distinct about this series. And also, the other thing which I think is distinct is that they used a very high quality. I'm talking about the sleeve, high quality paper, thick paper, like this Walter Bishop Jr. Speak Low. Very classic, very high quality. And also the printing, I don't know. If you look at this in Speak Low, Walter Bishop Jr., I think, they try to restore the original, kind of design, and also the printing, I think, this Speak Low, they degrade the printing quality in somehow to look like a original one. That's what I think, But they use the high quality paper, yeah, for sure. It's like it looks like a matte, not shiny, but matte look, but very high quality. It looks very gorgeous and looks original, really. And the third thing about this series that I want to talk about is the Obie. They use the very gorgeous, silver green Obie here. Yes, I love this Obie. Green silver or silver green, classic Obie, gorgeous Obie that they use. I love this Obie. So that is the third thing distinct about this series. And of course, the fourth is the pressing quality and also the sound quality. Very good. And as you know, and as I already talked about, the Blue Note reissues by the Toshiba EMI in the early 90s, BST BLP. The same with Toshiba, reissues, Blue Note. With this, Gold of GD 100 series, Toyokase is the one cut and pressed, the series. So obviously, the quality of the pressing and the quality of the sound are just amazing. Yeah, all the titles in the series, the pressing and sound, just amazing, no doubt. Yeah. And actually, this series was released in 1991, and yeah, that's the CD era. But they use the only analog process from the start up to the end. There was no digital process involved. They didn't use the digital process at all. So all analog, and the sound quality is very good. Yeah. So if you don't know this series, the Gold of GD 100 series, maybe it's better for you to dig in. And the gold of GD means, I already talked about the Swing Journal, right? Swing Journal was the leading, jazz magazine here in Japan at that time too. So they were, picking up a kind of, gold disc by the Swing Journal, right? So GD means, gold disc. So the 100 titles, I think, are the titles that Swing Journal, picked up as a gold disc at that time, or in the 80s or up to the 90s. So that's why the title goes Gold of GD, gold disc 100 series. Anyway, it's a good series, and most of the jazz collectors outside of Japan don't know this series. So it's better for you to look at it and dig that too. Okay? And that's it for today. I hope you like it. And lastly, I always keep praying, wishing you guys, family members, everybody, to be healthy. And thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.